Imagine this, 3:17 a.m., your streets lit up like a Michael Bay movie, sirens screaming, feds swarming, guns drawn. In the chaos, an empty spot where my Jeep used to be, swapped for an orange cone and a sticky note. HOA violation. Confiscated. I'm Nathan, ex-Army, bike tinkerer, and guy just trying to grill in peace at Silver Pines Estates. But HOA Karen, let's call her Pamela, had other plans. She didn't just steal my Jeep. She stumbled into a federal sting operation like a bull in a spy shop. With one snip of her bolt cutters, she turned a quiet suburb into ground zero for the bust of a year. Picture a woman with a clipboard sharper than her tongue, a perm that laughs at physics, and a grudge against anything cooler than her beige sedan. Pamela thought my matte black Jeep was a neighborhood blight. She had no clue it was wired with surveillance gear, tracking a crime ring right under her nose. This isn't just about a stolen ride. It's a wild saga of petty revenge, federal fury, and a guy who learned you don't need a badge to win, just a ring camera and a knack for staying calm. Stick around, because this showdown's got more twists than a high-speed chase, and you're gonna love watching Karen crash. Let's rewind. I'm Nathan, 38. Ex-Army logistics guy who traded desert patrols for a quiet life in Silver Pines Estates, a Chicago suburb where kids ride bikes, lawns stay clipped, and you wave at neighbors even if you don't know their names. I bought my fixer-upper for the big garage, perfect for my motorcycle builds, a backyard for my mutt, Rusty, and enough space to fire up a grill without anyone blinking. After years dodging bullets, I wanted boring, cold beers, wrenching on bikes, maybe a nap in a hammock. Silver Pine seemed like the spot. Then I met Pamela, HOA Karen to everyone but her mirror. She didn't just run the Silver Pines Homeowners Association. She owned it like a mob boss with better stationery. Her rulebook was a brick, and she swung it at anything that didn't scream suburban perfection. Park a trailer for an hour? $75 fine. Plant tulips instead of roses? Warning letter. My neighbor, Rosa, got a $200 hit for a non-approved bird bath, shaped like a flamingo, sure, but still. Pamela's mission was to bleach Silver Pines into a step-forward nightmare, and she loved every second. I flew under her radar at first, kept my lawn mowed, trash cans hidden, porch light the right wattage. My matte black Jeep, though, that was her white whale. It was rugged, battle-scarred from my Army days, and parked neatly in my driveway. My property, my rules. I catch Pamela eyeing it during her patrols, scribbling notes like it personally insulted her. Too aggressive, she muttered once. Aggressive? It's a Jeep, not a tank. Here's the kicker. That Jeep wasn't just mine. A month before, my old Army buddy, now a federal agent named Marcus, reached out. Nate, we need a favor, he said. Silver Pines had a problem, a low-key crime, ring moving stolen goods through backyards and garages. The feds needed eyes, so they wire my Jeep with cameras, mics, the works, turning it into a rolling surveillance hub. Keep it in your driveway, Marcus said. Act normal. Nobody'll suspect. I shrugged, helping bust bad guys. Felt like old times. Pamela had no clue. To her, it was just an ugly car ruining her aesthetic. I play nice, nodding when she'd lecture me about community standards at mailbox chats. Once, I offered her a burger at a block party, hoping to chill her out. Red meat's vulgar, she sniffed, clutching her kale smoothie. Vulgar? Lady, this is Chicago. Hot dogs are currency. I let it go, figuring she'd move on to Rose's next bird bath. Then things got weird. Silver Pines started buzzing, missing packages, odd cars at night. The feds were closing in, and my Jeep was their linchpin, catching whispers of deals in alleys. I kept my head down, grilling steaks, walking Rusty, acting like Joe Average. But Pamela's glares got sharper, her notes nastier. Relocate that vehicle, she'd scrawl, taping neon violations to my door. I tossed them, knowing Marcus had my back. The night it all blew up, I was clueless, dead asleep, dreaming of carburetors when Rusty's bark woke me. I stumbled outside to flashing lights, feds everywhere. And my Jeep gone. That sticky note, HOA confiscated, wasn't just a prank. It was Pamela's declaration of war, and she just tripped over a federal landmine. Silver Pines was about to learn what happens when a Karen picks the wrong fight. It started with a growl. Rusty, my mutt, losing it at 3 a.m. I bolted outside, half-dressed, expecting a raccoon. Instead, I got sirens, flashing lights, and a street full of feds looking ready to raid a cartel. My driveway, empty. No Jeep, just an orange cone and a neon sticky note flapping in the wind. Code violation. Walk on feet set. My brain short-circuited. Confiscated? By who? The Easter Bunny? Then it clicked. Pamela, HOA Karen, Queen of Silver Pines Estates, had gone rogue. I'd underestimated her. She wasn't just nagging. She was stealing. My matte black Jeep, wired to the gills for a federal sting, was gone, and I was staring at a crime scene of her making. I grabbed my phone, dialed Marcus, my Fed buddy. Nate, what the hell? He barked. Our feed's dead. Where's the Jeep? I read him the note, voice shaking. He went silent, then muttered, "This is bad." Rewind a month. Marcus had parked the Jeep in my driveway himself. Cameras hidden in the grill, mics in the seats, tracking a crime ring fencing stolen goods through Silver Pines. Low profile. He'd said, nobody suspects a beat-up Jeep. I'd followed orders. Kept it locked, parked legally on my property, didn't touch the gear. The feds were days from a bust. Catching whispers of deals, electronics, jewelry, even a carjacking ring. My role? Play dumb, grill steaks, let the Jeep do its thing. Pamela hated it from day one. That Jeep, with its scuffs and mud, was her personal nightmare in her beige utopia. She'd circle my house during her inspections, pin flying like she was writing a novel. First came notes, vehicle detract from curb appeal. Then emails, relocate or face fines. I showed Marcus. He laughed. She's got no jurisdiction, Nate. It's your land. I ignored her, tossing her neon notices in the trash. My neighbor Rosa, still salty about her birdbath fine, warned me, Pamela doesn't quit. I shrugged. Ex-Army. I'd faced worse than a clipboard. Big mistake. Pamela didn't quit. She escalated. 2 weeks in, she hit me with a $300 fine for unauthorized vehicle storage. Unauthorized? It was my damn driveway. I called the HOA board, got a tired secretary. Pamela's handling it, she sighed. Handling it? She was unhinged. I showed up at her office, a converted garage, holding the fine. This is my property, I said calm but firm. Her reply? A smirk that could peel paint. Silver Pines has standards. Nathan, that eyesore's a threat. I kept my cool, but inside I was boiling. The Jeep wasn't just a car. It was the Fed's eyes and ears, and Pamela was poking a bear she couldn't see. Marcus told me to sit tight. We're close. Don't tip her off. So I did, mowed my lawn, walked Rusty, played Mr. Normal. But Pamela's notes got nastier. Remove vehicle or face seizure. Seizure? She wouldn't dare. Then she did. That sticky note wasn't a bluff. She'd gone full vigilante. I pieced it together later. Pamela, fed up with my defiance, hired a shady tow guy and cut my wheel lock herself. My Ring camera caught it all. Her at 1 a.m., bolt cutters flashing, cackling like she'd won. She towed the Jeep to a lot behind the HOA shed, thinking she'd teach me a lesson. She had no clue it was federal property. No clue she'd just tanked a sting. My neighbors peeked from windows, texting me. Feds at your place? Rosa dropped by, wide-eyed. Pamela's lost it, Nate. I nodded, but my gut churned. Not for me, but for the op Marcus's team was scrambling, their bust on ice. And I was stuck explaining how a Karen with a grudge outsmarted the government. Pamela thought she'd won. She was about to learn what federal consequences really meant. The morning after the Jeep vanished, Silver Pines was a zoo. Feds in tactical vests, neighbors gawking, Rusty barking like he sensed the chaos. I stood on my porch, sticky note in hand, trying to wrap my head around Pamela's stunt. Marcus pulled up, face grim. Nate, she towed a federal asset. This is obstruction, felony territory. Felony? My HOA president wasn't just a pain. She was a walking crime spree. I showed him a note, then my Ring footage, Pamela at 1 a.m., bolt cutters gleaming, slicing my lock like a low-rent cat burglar. She even waved at my camera, thinking it was off, muttering, no more junkers. Marcus's jaw tightened. She's done. He called his team, tracing the Jeep. By noon, they found it, stashed in a fenced lot behind the HOA's utility shed, a gravel patch Pamela used for confiscated stuff. The Jeep wasn't alone. Bikes, trailers, even Rose's flamingo birdbath sat there like a petty tyrant's trophy pile. The damage was ugly. Cameras smashed, mics ripped out, wiring gutted, like someone took a crowbar to a supercomputer. Marcus cursed. Months of work gone. The sting was dead. Suspects spooked, evidence lost. I felt sick, not for the Jeep, but for letting Marcus down. My bad, man, I said. He shook his head. Not you, Nate. Her. Pamela had no idea. She'd just painted a target on her back. But the feds don't play when you trash their toys. She didn't stop there. By afternoon, Pamela strutted to my house. Clipboard in tow, acting like she'd won the lottery. Nathan, she chirped, your vehicle's been removed for noncompliance. Pay $500 to retrieve it. I stared, dumbfounded. You stole my Jeep. Pamela. She laughed, handed me a fine. Confiscated. Birbaydos. Next time, follow rules. Rules? She'd broken every one, plus a few laws. I kept my cool, army habit, and took the paper. We'll see, I said. Her smirk faltered, just a flicker. I handed the footage to Marcus. This enough? He grinned like a shark. Oh, it's plenty. The feds were building a case. Not just obstruction, but theft. Vandalism, maybe conspiracy if they dug deeper. Pamela's lot was a gold mine. Stolen goods, no permits, sketchy tow contracts. Marcus's team raided it, cataloging everything. Rosa got her birdbath back, crying when she saw its chipped beak. She's a monster, she whispered. Neighbors started talking. Pamela's cleanups weren't new. Sal, the hardware guy, lost a trailer last year. Mrs. Chin's scooter vanished after a lawn dispute. Pamela doubled down, clueless. She posted on the HOA's X account. Silver Pines shines brighter without clutter. Clutter? She'd tanked a federal op. Kept quiet, litzing her daherhul. Marcus warned me. Lay low. She'll slip. But Pamela wasn't slipping. She was sprinting. She called an emergency HOA meeting to address rogue residents. Read me. Sending neon flyers that screamed, restore order. I RSVP'd. Not to fight, but to watch. My garage became mission control. I synced my Ring clips to a thumb drive, backed up texts from neighbors, even got Sal to share his trailer fine. Rosa baked me cookies, saying, give her hell, Nate. The feds were circling, but Pamela kept strutting, oblivious. She'd show up at the lot, barking at tow guys, unaware Marcus's team was watching. One night, I caught her on camera again, moving evidence, bikes, tools, to a new spot, thinking she was slick. Silver Pines buzzed. Neighbors swapped stories, some scared, some pissed. She's been at this forever, Sal said. Forever was ending. Pamela thought she'd crush me by towing my Jeep. She didn't know she'd kicked a hornet's nest, and the feds were about to sting. The feds didn't mess around. With the Jeep trashed and their sting in tatters, Marcus's team went full throttle. By week 2, they'd turned Pamela's lot into a crime scene. Yellow tape. Agents dusting for prints, neighbors snapping pics like it was a Netflix special. The Jeep was hauled to a federal lab, its gutted gear evidence of tampering. Marcus called me. She's not just a nuisance, Nate. This is big. Big? My HOA beef was now a national security headache. Pamela, blissfully ignorant, kept playing queen. She'd parade through Silver Pines, handing out fines like candy. $1.50 for a messy mailbox, $100 for unruly shrubs. But cracks showed. Neighbors stopped, ducking her glares, whispering about the raid. Rosa taped a flamingo sticker to her door, daring a fine. Sal parked his work van out front, bold as brass. Pamela's ex-posts, keeping Silver Pines pristine, got ratioed with comments like, where's Nate's Jeep? Her grip was slipping, and I was just warming up. I wasn't alone anymore. Silver Pines turned into a quiet rebellion. Mrs. Chun, the scooter lady, slipped me HOA records, years of fines, half unaccounted for. She's crooked, Chun said, eyes blazing. I cross-checked with Marcus, who found ties to Pamela's tow guy. A sleaze named Vinny with a rap sheet. The lot wasn't just a dump. It was a front, funneling confiscated goods to Vinny's chop shop. My Jeep's cameras, before they died, caught Vinny unloading crates at 2 a.m. Marcus grinned. We got her on conspiracy now. Then Pamela overplayed her hand. She showed up at the lot during the raid, oblivious to the feds. Picture her, perm bouncing, yelling at an agent. This is HOA property. The guy, stone-faced, badge gleaming, handed her a warrant. Ma'am, step back. She didn't. Kept ranting about community rights until Marcus stepped in. Pamela Farthington, he asked, calm as death. She froze. We need to talk about a Jeep. Her face went gray, but she doubled down, claiming she was cleaning up crime. Crime? The irony was thicker than my bike grease. Neighbors caught wind, crowding the lot's edge. Sal whispered, she's toast. Rosa filmed it, posting to X. HOA Karen versus FBI. Guess who's losing? The video hit 50,000 views by dinner. Pamela's bravado cracked. She stammered, I had no idea. No idea? She'd cut a federal lock on camera. Marcus wasn't buying it, but he let her squirm, knowing her next move would seal her fate. I prepped for the HOA meeting she'd called, her last stand. My thumb drive was loaded. Ring clips, neighbor testimonies, Chen's records. I wasn't just fighting for my Jeep. I was fighting for Silver Pines, Rose's birdbath, Sal's trailer, every stupid fine we'd swallowed. The feds were building charges, but I wanted Pamela gone now. She'd ruled us with neon notes and fear. But fear only works until someone flips the lights on. That's when the turning point hit. Not just the raid, but us. Silver Pines wasn't her kingdom anymore. Neighbors swapped stories at mailboxes, planned to crash her meeting. Rosa made free the Jeep signs. Sal offered his truck for a protest convoy. Even quiet Mrs. Chun, who'd never spoken up, said, end this, Nathan. My Jeep wasn't just a car, it was a spark. And Pamela's empire was about to burn. Pamela's emergency HOA meeting was her Alamo, and she didn't even know it. Silver Pines Community Center was packed, 60 neighbors, folding chairs creaking, air thick with anticipation. I walked in, thumb drive in pocket, feeling like I'd stepped into a courtroom drama. Pamela stood at a podium, perm polished, binder open, ready to bury me. Residents, she boomed, voice dripping with fake concern. Tonight, we address a threat to our community. Rogue elements defying our standards. Rogue? She meant me and my Jeep, but the room wasn't clapping. She launched into a speech, painting me as a lawless thug with a junk vehicle that invited crime. Crime? The irony could have choked her. She waved a fine notice, $500 for obstructing HOA enforcement, and called for my immediate compliance. Neighbors shifted, uneasy. Rosa mattered, bull. Sal gripped his chair. Pamela smirked, thinking she had them. I protected Silver Pines, she said. Unlike some, I act. I stood, calm as a sniper. Mind if I share, Pamela? She froze, but Bob, a board member tired of her rants, nodded. I plugged my thumb drive into the projector, heart pounding. Up flashed my ring footage, 1 a.m., Pamela with bolt cutters, slicing my will lock like a B-movie villain. She grinned at the camera, saying, no more eyesores. Gasps rippled. Rosa whooped. Pamela's binder slipped, her voice shrill. That's edited. I clicked again. More footage. Her towing the Jeep with Vinny's rig, laughing, he'll learn. Then text she'd sent a bored crony. Impound it. Crush him. Neighbors booed. Sal yelled, thief. I layered it on. Photos of her lot. Bikes, Rose's birdbath, Chen's scooter, all stolen under HOA orders. Then the kicker. Marcus's report, projected in bold, damaged federal property, obstruction of justice. Conspiracy with Vinny's chop shop. The room went graveyard quiet. Pamela stammered, this is a setup. I let her sink. Setup? I said. You cut a federal lock, Pamela. On camera. I played her ex-post. Silver Pines shines without clutter. Clutter? She'd tanked a sting-busting thief she enabled. Mrs. Chun stood, voice shaking. You find my scooter, then stole it. Rosa joined. My birdbath's chipped because of you. Sal roared. Where's my trailer? The crowd surged, chanting Pamela out. Enter Detective Sasha Lynn, Marcus's partner, badge gleaming. She'd slipped in back unnoticed. "Pamela Farthington," she said, stepping forward. "You're under investigation. Unauthorized towing, vandalism, obstruction." Pamela's perm seemed to deflate. "I was helping," she squealed. Sasha wasn't having it. "You tampered with a federal asset. We'll talk downtown." The room erupted. Claps, cheers, Rosa waving her flamingo sticker like a flag. Bob, the board guy, banged a gavel. "Vote. Suspend Pamela. Effective now." Hand shot up. 55 yes, 0 no. Pamela's allies, two quiet suits, stared at their shoes. She grabbed her binder, sputtering. "You'll regret this." Nobody cared. Rosa hugged me. Sal fist-bumped, chin-nodded like I'd avenged her. Sasha escorted Pamela out. Not in cuffs, not yet, but her reign was ash. The Fed sealed it. By dawn, Vinny's lot was raided. Crates of stolen TVs, jewelry, even a hot motorcycle I'd eyed online. Marcus called. "Her prints are on the Jeep's gear. She's cooked." Pamela's X account went dark. Her neon notes stopped. Silver Pines buzzed. Neighbors high-fived at mailboxes. Kids drew Jeep cartoons on sidewalks. My driveway sat empty, but I'd won something bigger. Pamela's crown shattered in a town that remembered how to fight. Pamela's fall was a fireworks show, loud, bright, unforgettable. By week's end, her name was mud in Silver Pines estates. The feds didn't just clip her wings. They plucked them. Marcus's team raided her tow lot again, hauling off Vinny's crew in cuffs. Petty thieves tied to a bigger Chicago ring. Pamela wasn't arrested. Yet. But the investigation hung over her like a storm cloud. Her house hit the market, for sale, sign crooked like her morals. She didn't wave goodbye, just peeled out in her sedan, leaving a trail of dust and bad vibes. Silver Pines exhaled. The HOA board, gutted by Pamela's stunt, called an emergency vote. No more fines. No more standards thicker than a phone book. They kept one rule. Don't be a jerk. Good enough. Neighbors threw a block party. First in years, grills blazing, kids chasing Rusty. Rosa's flamingo birdbathed center stage like a war trophy. Sal brought his trailer back, parked it proud, and Mrs. Chun rode her scooter in circles, grinning ear to ear. I fired on my Weber, flipping burgers, feeling lighter than I had since basic training. The Jeep saga went supernova. Rosa's ex-post, HOA Karen versus FBI, hit 1 million views, spawning memes of Pamela's perm dodging sirens. Reddit's r/HOA thread blew up, users dubbing me Sting Guy and swapping their own Karen tales. Local news ran a segment, Suburban Vigilante or Suburban Hero, with my mug grinning next to the Jeep's empty spot. I ducked interviews. Fame's not my thing. But Marcus leaked a clip of Pamela's bolt cutter dance to TikTok. It trended for weeks. Caption: Karen versus Feds, 0 to 1. My driveway got fan mail, letters from HOA victims in Texas, Ohio, even Canada, asking how I pulled it off. A kid sent a toy Jeep with Nate rules scrawled on it. I put on my shelf. The feds replaced my ride. A new Jeep, no cameras, just a nod from Marcus. You earned it. I named it Rusty too, took it mudding first weekend, laughing as dirt flew. Silver Pines kids started a Jeep club, drawing my old rig on garage doors with chalk, hero status, whether I wanted it or not. The HOA? Dead. Bob and Linda, the last board holdouts, quit, saying, "We're done babysitting." Residents cheered. No more neon notes, no more mailbox dread. We made a pact. Neighbors first, rules last. Rosa hosted a flamingo fiesta. Everyone bringing lawn ornaments, gnomes, pinwheels, Chin's scooter parked like art. Sal rebuilt his trailer into a barbecue rig, serving ribs at every potluck. I taught Chin's grandson to wrench on my bikes, his giggles louder than Pamela's lectures ever were. Pamela didn't vanish quietly. She tried a press conference, lawyer at her side, claiming defamation. Nobody bought it. Her ex-rant got 12 likes, all bots. Lawsuits piled up, neighbors for stolen goods, feds for obstruction. Marcus hinted at charges pending. She's not outrunning this. Her old lot became a community garden, Rosa planting tulips where the Jeep once Saturday, no beige allowed. She winked. Silver Pines wasn't just free, it was alive. We swapped tools, watched each other's dogs, laughed over beers about Karen days. My garage hummed again, bikes taking shape, Rusty napping in the sun. The sting was gone, but its shadow lingered. A reminder we'd dodged a bullet bigger than Pamela's ego. I didn't set out to be a hero, but sometimes a Jeep, a camera, and a stubborn streak are all it takes to rewrite a town's story. What's the deal with Karens like Pamela? They think control's a crown, but it's a trap. One bad call, snipping a lock, blew up her empire and showed Silver Pines what happens when power skips accountability. I didn't beat her with fists or feds. I beat her by standing firm, hitting record, and letting her unravel. Your life's got Karens too. Maybe a boss hogging glory, a neighbor hating your holiday lights. You don't need a badge or a Jeep to win. Find their rules, play them better, and don't blink. Pamela ruled because we let her until we didn't. That's the spark. One guy, one stand, and a town that remembered its spine. Your sting might be a sharp word, a quiet vote, or just refusing to bow. Whatever it is, own it. The best revenge isn't loud. It's lasting, like a Jeep that rolls through mud and keeps going. So what's your fight? A lock to cut? A note to ignore? Next time someone steals your peace while you drive through their plans, keep your eyes sharp and your camera rolling. All right, folks, that's how a Jeep heist turned Silver Pines into a legend. Did you crack up at Pamela's bolt cutter strut? Cheer when the feds rolled in? Maybe you should check your own ring cam? Drop a comment. Tell me your wildest HOA saga or what you do to a Karen with clippers. I read every one, and I'm pumped for your stories. If this tale revved you up, smash that like button. It's like getting a Jeep through mud. Share it with your buddies, your neighbors, even that guy who parks like a jerk. It might spark someone's fight. New here? Hit subscribe. Tap the bell. We're rolling out more grit, laughs, and wins, and I want you riding shotgun. Your likes, comments, shares keep this garage humming, fueling stories that hit like a cold beer after a long ride. Got a topic? Toss it below. Maybe how to outdrive a Karen, or why Jeeps are rebel rigs. You call it. Thanks for cruising with me today. Let's keep wrenching, grilling, and shutting down the Karens. Catch you in the next one. Keep your tires dirty and your heart free. Peace.